What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kevin on Cars. My name is Kevin, and today I'm going to talk about 10 things I absolutely love about my MINI Cooper JCW. Actually, first, I'm going to apologize for not uploading for the past few weeks because I had a few finals, and then after that I was on the road trip with my parents. So apologies for that, but for the next few months I'll have content uploaded as usual, once a week. So with that said, let's get started with the video. So 10 things that I absolutely love about my F56 MINI JCW. So the first thing has to be the exhaust sound. So my car has the JCW Pro exhaust, and let me just give you a few clips so you know what I'm talking about. So here's a cold startup. So as you can hear, it sounds absolutely crazy. So even right now I'm driving, I just give a downshift, just freaking pops like crazy. Jesus Christ. Also, the road is super wet right now, so the front end just wants to step out every single time, which is awesome. So yeah, that's the first thing. Now, other than the exhaust, I absolutely love how this car has so much character when you're driving fast. And more specifically, I'm talking about the road feel and also the feeling of speed that you get when you're in the Mini. So just from personal experience, when you're driving this car at like 60-70 miles an hour, you feel like you're going 100 miles an hour, just like hauling ass down the freeway, because you feel every single detail on the road. You feel all the imperfections, and then yeah, from your butt, from the seats, and from your foot that you're pressing down to the accelerator and the brakes, and also to your hands that you're holding the steering wheel and the shifter. You feel all that vibration transmitted to the cabin. So yeah, at the end of the day, unless you're like tracking your car, or like really trying to set a lap record at the Nürburgring, you really is just searching for what makes you the most happy. And for me, it just has to be the feeling of speed, rather than like being in a Lexus and you're actually going 100 miles an hour and feeling like you're going like 40. So yeah, that's the second thing I really love about this car, is how the car gives me all these feelings from the road, and also like you feel like you're going super fast even though you're not going that fast. So that's the second point. Now this is the third point, is actually really closely connected to the second point of the road feel. So the third point is the steering feel, and I kind of touch up on that for my second point. So when you're driving, when you're holding your steering wheel, it transmits all the information from the road to your hands. And then because this also has a super quick steering ratio, so when you just gives a tiny bit of turn, it will give you a lot of feedback and response, and you feel like the front of the car is super responsive and just super fun. So that's the third thing, the quick steering ratio and the feeling of the steering wheel itself. Oh, and also in addition to that, the steering wheel itself feels incredible. It's the perfect size, it's not too big, it's not too small, and the wheel itself is not too thick like how BMW makes it. I feel like the M Performance steering wheel is slightly too thick. So these are like kind of like the Porsche steering wheels. It's like the perfect size, and it feels absolutely awesome in your hands. Okay, so that's the third thing. Now going to the fourth thing is the weight of this car. This car, as a Mini weighs basically nothing, super light compared to other cars on the road. So my car specifically, the F56 Mini Cooper S's, or like JCWs, weighs around 28,000 pounds to 2,800 pounds, sorry, to 3,000 pounds, which is really, really light compared to other sedans or like other cars on the road. Overall, this is a super lightweight hot hatch, which contributes to the fun factor of this car because it's so light. So like here, I'll do a U-turn. It's just effortless, and then just U-turn. Out of the U-turn, you just full throttle it, and in the rain, oh my god, it's just like, it has understeer, it has torque steer, but that's what makes this car so fun. So now, going to the fifth point, has to be the manual transmission. So I've driven multiple manual cars, including the 2020 Golf GTI, Fiesta ST, also a lot of EP3 Civic, what is it? It was the Civic hatchback SI, and out of all these cars, I feel like this has the best manual transmission. But this is obviously very subjective, obviously. But for me, this gearbox, first of all, the shifter is super notchy. So when you're going through all the gears, it has that click to it when you gets in the gears, so you never miss shifts any gears, and you know exactly when it locks into gear. And then, oh, one more thing is that it has that rev matching feature that comes from the factory, which makes it really easy to learn on. So you don't have to, it doesn't force you to do heel toe when you're first driving the car. So you can drive it safely and quickly at the same time. But as your skill improves, you are able to turn off the auto rev matching by completely turning off traction. After doing that, when you're actually heel toeing yourself, the pedal placements is absolutely perfect, as you can see right here. So the brakes is super close to the throttle, and the throttle paddle is mounted on the ground, which is literally the perfect setup for heel toeing. And oh, also the clutch. The clutch is, in my opinion, the perfect weight for something that you want to daily drive and also have some fun in the back road on the weekend. It's not too heavy and it's not light either. So in my opinion, the stock clutch is really, really perfect just to have fun in a daily basis. So yeah, the manual transmission is a really good plus for me. So yes, that's 5 done. Now the 6th point is the brakes. This little thing that's under 3,000 pounds is equipped with a 4-piston Brembo calipers. Like, is that insane? Usually these calipers are used in normal sedans that's weighing over 4,000 pounds, and even like the Golf GTI only uses a single piston, a big single piston caliper in the front. But this Mini has 4 piston calipers that's made by Brembo. So when you're going to a hairpin corner from like 60, you can instantly like reduce your speed to whatever you desire and not die. Yup, those pops. after the brakes is the exterior styling. So this, I don't have to say much about it. It's a Mini. It has the classy styling of the rounded headlights and dotted tail lights. It's just working so well for like over decades after decades. It works and people love it. So the styling, the exterior is absolutely one of the things that I really love about this car. And other than the exterior, the interior quality is absolutely awesome as well. So for my spec, I have all the options basically. It has the heads-up display, the Harman Kardon system, sounds absolutely awesome. These raised bucket seats, not sure if you can see it really well here, and it has Alcantara in the middle, and yeah, in the cabin it's just a really quality space to be in, really pleasant. And then it also has and the cabin also makes you feel like you're in a special place as well, like compared to the other cars. This car, everything is like rounded from the center dash to the gauge cluster to like all the ACs and the switches, and especially all the switches here. I'm going to show you, they're all toggle switches, so it makes you feel like you're driving a jet. And do you know what other car that does that? It's called Pagani. Yes, literally something that costs $3 million will give you toggle switches. The Mini also gives you that, so it's just an absolutely special experience when you get into the cabin and when you just like first press that start-stop button. So yeah, the interior, shout out to the interior designer, is so good, so good. Last 2 points. So you might be surprised to hear about this, but I'm actually gonna say the reliability of this car, it's been pretty much flawless. So right now my car is sitting at over 76,000 miles, and I haven't had any issues from my ownership experience. So I bought this car at around 58,000 miles, and it's just been working flawlessly. I've been and then I don't drive this car easy as well. I take it to back roads. I actually rip it on like back road drives and just have fun. Full throttle like every day basically to like red line, and the engine just been performing so well. Yeah, this is basically my normal driving. So, and it's been just holding up. So, absolutely awesome experience. But then I do also like service my car like as recommended, and like I do all my service, and all the previous owner done their services. So this car is really well maintained car. So at least from my experience, if you maintain your Mini properly, it will last. It will be pretty good. At least for the newer generation, so the F56 generation. Because for the R generation, the R56 and like the R generation, Mini has actually been voted to be the most unreliable car. So it's really impressive that jumping to one new generation, it can improve its build quality, its reliability by such an extent. So yeah, so that's the 9th point. And finally, the last point is not exactly about the car itself, this car itself, but the overall Mini community is awesome. So for me, I'm in San Diego. I joined San Diego Mini and SoCal Mini Maniacs, and just by going to the morning coffee meetups and also like some drives, some back road drives, everyone's just been so nice to each other. But yeah, just like the Mini community is super, everyone is super open-minded and friendly and helpful. So shout out to Mini community around the world. Oh, and also one more thing is that the #1 rule for Mini owners is that you gotta wave to other Mini owners, and then you gotta, if other person waves at you, you gotta wave back. And the success rate for me has actually been like 50-50, which is pretty good in my opinion, because I haven't seen a lot of other people done that, except for like I've seen the NA Miatas when they like flip out the headlights, which is pretty cool. But yeah, waving part, absolutely love it. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up today's video about the 10 things that I love about my Mini Cooper. So I hope I persuade you to buying a Mini Cooper or buying another Mini Cooper, or just like loving your Mini Cooper even more. But yeah, as always, drive safe, have fun. See you guys next time.